Hi everyone, welcome to week 2. So this week we are specific in health behaviors. So we're going to be looking at some barriers, different prevention strategies, and approaches to health in general. So we also start to talk about how to change health behaviors. And so we are also going to begin to, start to identify the behavior change project. So you'll notice down here at the very bottom, we have our first behavior change project assignment. So you'll need to go to the behavior change tab, which is right here on the left-hand side of Blackboard. You're going to complete step 1.1. And so this is just going to go over your definition of health. And so you'll complete step 1.1 and turn that in. And then that will allow you, if you receive a passing grade, to move on to the next step, so step 1.2. So there are 5 steps to the very first part. You'll complete a contract, and then you'll complete your 4 weeks of journaling when you implement your behavior change, and then you'll have a reflection paper afterwards. So for health behaviors themselves, so there's quite a few assignments, as you can see. And then we also start our ethics. So this is an ethic designated course. So there's that ethical component. And so you're really going to be diving into different ethical viewpoints and really how you identify, what you identify as your core values and beliefs, and how that ties into ethics. So you will have to take this ethical approach survey. It's a downloadable Excel spreadsheet. And so then you'll want to enable editing in order to fill out the spreadsheet. And then that will give you your results, which then you will complete your very first discussion board. So for this, you're going to take your results, and it is very specific down here what you're going to be doing. Let me move my face again. So you can see what's happening. So you're going to give your top 3 approach styles based on the percentages, and then that will be showed here in the ethical approach survey. And then all you have to do is list out, your approach styles were 1, 2, and 5, or 3, 4, and 6. You don't have to give detail because I know what those numbers mean. Then you're going to write a reflection paragraph that addresses what you learned from the survey. Do you agree with the findings? If yes, why? And if no, why? And then if there was a situation, as there can often be, if 2 of your viewpoints that you scored high in, what if they conflict? And so how would you rationalize and justify which one you would choose to go with? And so how you would make that decision, and then kind of the thought process behind that. So you'll have that, and I expect these to be in-depth. There's a lot of information that you can provide in this paragraph. And finally, you're going to provide feedback to at least 2 of your peers. You can definitely do more of that, but I expect well thought out, detailed responses to at least 2 of your peers. You shouldn't say, wow, great point, or I thought the same thing. It really needs to be detailed, otherwise you will not get full credit. So that's the first discussion board. I recommend getting started on this early in the week because, again, you will have to, provide those responses, and so it would be good if there were more posts early so people can do those responses. Finally, we'll go ahead and click on the health behaviors so you can see what this is going to look like. So you'll have your Chapter 2 PowerPoint, your Learn Smart, and your quiz. There is a diet analysis lab that you'll complete. And then you'll have your very first TED Talk assignment. So if you click in here, there's some videos right here that I want you to watch. And then you need to write a 1-paragraph reaction summary. And so this is where you will turn in that TED Talk reaction paper. So, clicked on that. Here we go. Okay, so I should have just hit the back button. And then finally, your very last assignment. And again, this is a 3-day assignment requirement, so I recommend, not starting this on Sunday, otherwise you're not going to be able to complete it fully. So you have a reflection where you have to record your food intake for the day over 3 days. And so you can click on this little guy right here, and that's going to expand the instructions. And then you can also click on here, and that will show you your instructions as well. So you're going to create an account on MyFitnessPal, log all your food for 3 days, and it's really what we're looking at is your averages in fat, calories, proteins, carbohydrates, sodium, and sugar. So really what those look like, if there's imbalances, if there's some, things that could be changed. And so in here, the instructions are pretty specific. For your reflection, I'm asking you to complete a table and providing me with that information. So really, day 1, this is what the different breakdown was, day 2 and day 3, and then this is the average. And then you have a reflection that based on those scores, there are 4 points here. So it's going to ask you the following questions, and it's a 1-page written context or content, and then no more than 2 pages. So don't give me more than 2 pages of information. And really part of this class is, learning how to synthesize your information and choose what's important so you're not overwriting and providing more information. So that is all of your assignments for the week. And so again, this is week 2. I do realize that this is kind of a interesting week because it's Labor Day weekend. So all of your assignments are going to be due that Sunday still, 11:59 p.m. So if you want to take advantage of the 3-day weekend, I recommend getting them in sooner rather than later, because you will lose points if those are turned in late. So these are due, and again, I have to look at my calendar. I should have this pulled up. September 5th. So September 5th at 11:59 p.m. All of these assignments in week 2 are going to be due. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week.